Good Monday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Conversation Daily News. Glad you all could be with us. Well, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new week, which means it's a brand new opportunity for you to do something amazing, and it all begins today. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Monday. We have a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, and in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you're part of my conversation with actress Elodie Yung. You guys know her from some great roles over the years, but right now we know her as Tony from the hit show on Fox, The Cleaning Lady. They're having their season finale tonight. You'll be part of my conversation with her today. Enjoy our broadcast. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with their Monday headlines. In international news, Libyan accused in Lockerbie bombing now in American custody. A Libyan intelligence official accused of making the bomb that brought down Pan Am Flight 103 over Lockerbie, Scotland in 1988 in an international act of terrorism has been taken into U.S. custody and will face federal charges in Washington, the Justice Department said on Sunday. The arrest of the suspect is a milestone in the decades-old investigation into the attack that killed 259 people in the air and 11 on the ground. American authorities in December 2020 announced charges against the individual, who was in Libyan custody at the time. Though he is the third Libyan intelligence official charged in the U.S. in connection with the attack, he will be the first to appear in an American courtroom for prosecution. The New York-bound Pan Am flight exploded over Lockerbie less than an hour after takeoff from London on December 21, 1988. Citizens from 21 different countries were killed. Among the 190 Americans on board were 35 Syracuse University students flying home for Christmas after a semester abroad. The bombing laid bare the threat of international terrorism more than a decade before the September 11th attacks. It produced global investigations and punishing sanctions while spurring demands for accountability from victims of those killed. In more international news, NASA Orion capsule safely blazes back from moon, ACES test. NASA's Orion capsule made a blistering fast return from the moon on Sunday, parachuting into the Pacific off Mexico to conclude a test flight that should clear the way for astronauts on the next lunar flyby. The incoming capsule hit the atmosphere at Mach 32, or 32 times the speed of sound, and endured re-entry temperatures of 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit before splashing down west of Baja California near Guadalupe Island. A Navy ship quickly moved in to recover the spacecraft and its silent occupants, 3 test dummies rigged with vibration sensors and radiation monitors. NASA hailed the descent and splashdown as close to perfect as congratulations poured in from Washington. "I'm overwhelmed," NASA Administrator Bill Nelson said from Mission Control in Houston. "This is an extraordinary day. It's historic because we are now going back into space, deep space, with a new generation." The space agency needed a successful splashdown to stay on track for the next Orion flight around the moon, targeted for 2024, with 4 astronauts who will be revealed early next year. That would be followed by a 2-person lunar landing as early as 2025 and ultimately a sustainable moon base. In national news, hospitalizations signal rising COVID-19 risk for U.S. seniors. Coronavirus-related hospital admissions are climbing again in the United States, with older adults a growing share of U.S. deaths and less than half of nursing home residents up to date on COVID-19 vaccinations. These alarming signs portend a difficult winter for seniors. One troubling indicator for seniors, hospitalizations for people with COVID-19 rose by more than 30% in 2 weeks. Much of the increase is driven by older people and those with pre-existing health problems. As nursing home leaders redouble efforts to get staff and residents boosted with the new vaccine version, now recommended for those 6 months and older, they face complacency, misinformation, and COVID-19 fatigue. They are calling on the White House for help with an all-hands-on-deck approach. In business news, Wall Street falls as U.S. inflation slows but remains hot. A choppy day of trading on Wall Street ended with stocks broadly lower Friday after new reports showed that inflation is slowing less than hoped just days before. The Fed Reserve officials are expected to raise interest rates again. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite each fell 0.7%, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 0.9%. Smaller company stocks fell even more, pulling the Russell 2000 index 1.2% lower. The indexes marked their first losing week in the last 3. The U.S. government reported that prices paid at the wholesale level were 7.4% higher in November than a year earlier. That's a slowdown from October's wholesale inflation, but it was still slightly worse than economists expected. And finally, in entertainment news, with box office bare, Black Panther makes it 5 in a row. On one of the quietest weekends of the year in movie theaters, Black Panther Wakanda Forever topped the North American box office for a 5th straight weekend, according to studio estimates on Sunday. That made the top 5 movies of the weekend. Number 1, Black Panther Wakanda Forever with $11 million. Number 2, Violent Night with $9 million. Number 3, Strange World with $4 million. Number 4, The Menu with $3 million. And number 5, Devotion with $2 million. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Enjoy. Good Monday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Words I Choose to Live By. Feel caged in by your circumstances? Give yourself permission to be free. Your life has purpose. With faith, nothing is impossible. Have a great Monday. We are part of my conversation coming up with actress Elodie Yung in today's Entertainment Spotlight. Stay with us. You're listening to Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with Entertainment Spotlight. Actress Elodie Yung joined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about the success of her show, The Cleaning Lady on Fox, that's celebrating its season finale tonight. Here's a bit of our conversation.
Elodie, thank you so much for the time today. Really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
The pleasure is definitely all mine. I had the opportunity to speak with Miranda Kwok on the program, and one of the things that she talked about was just, for one thing, the overwhelming support of this show, but also how people have resonated with your character. I mean, what has it been like for you to be able to bring this character to life and to see the way the audience has taken to her?
It's been a wonderful part for me to take on. I was very surprised about, the storyline and the themes they wanted to explore, and to me, I think my sole job really is to keep things real. I don't know if you've seen the series, but it goes fast, it's intense. There's a lot of things thrown at Tony. I think one of the things they want for the show is to be gripping, entertaining. It's set in Vegas, and there's a crime syndicate. So there is a lot of excitement going on, and a lot of events, very eventful. But I don't want to lose the perspective of Tony being a mom, a woman coming to the U.S. to save her son, and how everything impacts her on a human level. How she reacts to things as a woman, as a person. So I want to. This is how I approach this project and its thoughts, and I want to feel for her. I want to empathize with her. She is fighting for her son, and I think if people who are going through difficulties watch our show, I want them to feel that we haven't skipped steps, and we're really looking at a parent.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you for tuning into this edition of Conversation Daily News. But we'll get on tomorrow with more news, message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversation Daily News today. Now let's go make it a great one.